Hello, I'm Rosjke Hasseldine. I'm the author of The Silent Female Scream. I'll just, whoops, there you go. There's a copy of the cover. I'm also the founder and director of Women's Power Circles, and I'm a psychotherapist and a mother-daughter relationship coach. I just wanted to share with you the things we talked about at a Women's Federation for World Peace conference that I went to recently. This conference was so important that I really wanted to take the time to tell you about it. I went to this conference to share with the women my work with mothers and daughters and women's power circles, and to really share with them how important it is, in fact it's vital, that the mother-daughter relationship is put front and center back in women's lives. In order for us to create a world where women take an equal place at all tables of power and create a world that nurtures women, we really need to start looking at our female legacy. We need to start looking at and understanding our mother's emotional life in particular, and our grandmother's emotional life. I'm not just talking about the events, but I'm talking about, how did your mother and grandmother feel? What did she feel about, how did she feel about herself? How did she feel about being a mother, a wife, a daughter, a sister, a woman? What needs were met for her? What needs were not met for her? Which is often the situation that we find when we start talking about this. We need to start hearing or understanding the dreams that our mothers and grandmothers had, and were often not fulfilled because there wasn't the support for them to fulfill their dreams. And we need to start mourning the doctors, the writers, the scientists, the politicians, the artists that were never realized in our family because their gifts and talents in our female family were never recognized and never supported. We need to start looking at how women are treated and how that affects how we feel about ourselves. I set up Women's Power Circles because I really believe that it's time that women gathered in small circles and started connecting the dots of our female legacy and start exploring the beliefs and the issues and the experiences and the normalization of emotional starvation, violence, invisibility that was within our family and then passed on from mother to daughter, because we in our family don't know anything different. We need to start talking with each other, because as I shared in the conference, is what I found is that regardless of our cultural background, regardless of our religious affiliations, there are three themes that come out that really are the bedrock of our experience of sexism, inequality, violence and emotional starvation. And the three themes are, firstly, meeting our needs, especially emotional needs. How for generations women's needs have not been met. They haven't even registered as something important or something that actually exists. But women's emotional needs have existed for generations, whether they've been recognized or not. And still today, too many women are in relationships and workplaces where their needs are not being met. Second theme, invisibility. We need to start claiming our visibility. Imagine if our mothers and grandmothers were born surrounded by a circle of nurturing women. This is Women's Power Circle's mission, to surround women with circles of nurturing women. And imagine if our mothers and grandmothers were born with this. This conference that I went to would not be necessary. Women's lives would be so different. This world would be very different, because women would no longer put up with being invisible. We would no longer think that being invisible is okay, and we would no longer dumb ourselves down in terms of how much we tolerate, how much invisibility we tolerate. And the third theme, so the first theme, just to recap, meeting our emotional needs. Second is invisibility, or being more visible in our relationships. And the third theme is claiming our entitlement to live a life that is for us and defined by us and that nurtures us. We need to start creating a world where women are front and center in their own lives, and which is directly related to the mother-daughter relationship, because women for generations have been taught to live their lives through other people and for other people rather than for themselves. So thank you for listening. I wanted to share this important discussions that we had at this conference, and how important conferences like the Women's Federation for World Peace was that I spoke at, in creating a different paradigm for women. A paradigm, as in Women's Power Circle's mission, is where women are surrounded by circles and groups of nurturing women and men, because we're not going to let men off the hook. They need to start nurturing women in a way that is valuable for women and defined by what we need rather than what other people think we need. So again, thank you for listening. To find out more, you can visit womenspowercircles.com, or you can also visit thesilentfemalescream.com. I have some articles on that website. So start talking and start sharing and start putting this mother-daughter relationship back front and center in our lives. Thanks again. Have a great day. Bye.